snow.
Today, the medical examiner's personnel began their investigation and recovery efforts for the 5 missing workers. At approximately 2 p.m., Sheriff Chris Morris was notified that all 5 of the missing workers had been located.
Our focus right now is supporting the families. This has been a terrible tragedy and a terrible loss.
First at 5 o'clock, searchers now recover all 5 men who were missing after yesterday's gas rig explosion. Those bodies are now at the medical examiner's office. Matt Smith, Parker Waldridge, and Roger Cunningham are all Oklahoma victims.
Cody Risk and Josh Ray are from out of state. Our team is staying on top of all these new developments. Emery Bryan leads our coverage from Quinton. Emery?
Well, today we found out the bodies of those men were all found on the deck of the rig in what's called the dog house. That's basically the office used to control the drilling rig. And one man made it off after the explosion with only a slight injury.
24 hours after the fire was extinguished and the flow of gas stopped, the investigation is underway into the cause of the explosion. The resulting fire collapsed the drilling rig and trapped the bodies inside the wreckage of the rig's doghouse. It was too hot to enter until today.
From what I was told from many of the survivors, there was an explosion. They heard a loud boom, they seen fire, and they ran. Just everybody was trying to survive. From what I understand, there was one guy that was up very high on the derrick that grabbed a hold of a guideline and slid down the guideline, which would have been scary in itself, but he survived.
5 federal and state agencies are part of the investigation. The company has been ordered to clean up waste oil and water from the site and plug the well.
If there was something that went wrong, what was it? If there's something we can do to prevent it in the future, that's great. Sometimes it's just a freak accident.
Representatives of well operator Red Mountain Energy.
Our thoughts are with those whose lives have been impacted beyond words by this tragedy.
And rig owner Patterson UTI.
5 people were tragically lost in this event.
Both said their focus was now on supporting the families of the workers who the sheriff said are struggling with their loss.
With the unknown of this situation and the family not knowing and just feeling empty on where their loved ones are at this time, it's a tough situation, and of course they're not doing good.
The well operator said the drilling out here started about 10 days ago. While the work was underway, the workers were living on site at the rig site. On the scene, on the story, reporting live in Quinton, Emery Bryan, News on 6.